Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed and tonight's stream, which is for Metal Gear Monday because it's Monday. So happy start to the week to you guys. Hopefully, you're having a good time. And yeah, pretty excited to get back into this game. Last week, I kind of fumbled with trying to make some progress without getting spotted, and I wasted a lot of time on it. So I'm just going to kind of power through. If I do get spotted by guys, it's all right. I'll just keep moving forward. But before we get into the gameplay, I did just want to point out, that I do have the schedule posted for this week. Tomorrow I will be playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, same time as tonight for Metal Gear Monday, and then again on Wednesday I will be streaming for Avatar, trying that one out again. In all honesty, that game's been pretty frustrating for me, but we'll see if it gets some views, and maybe we get past some of that frustration. Maybe it's a good time. And then one that I played once, didn't really get that many views, maybe because it was on Sunday, but that is Battlefield 6. Planning on playing that Thursday again, 7 to 10 p.m. However, one thing that does kind of stand out to me is that Arc Raiders is currently on sale right now. I believe this is for PC as well, but here looking at the PlayStation Store, we can see that pretty much ending at the start of the day on Thursday, Arc Raiders is on sale for 32 bucks. However, not only would I need to get that in order to play, but I would also need to get at least the PlayStation Essential plan, which I would probably just do monthly, see how it goes for $9.99 a month. And so let me know in the comments of this stream or on this post here if you would prefer I play Arc Raiders over Battlefield 6. Personally, I'd rather play Arc Raiders, especially with it being on sale right now, and then I might just sell my Battlefield 6 game since it didn't really get that many views, and Arc Raiders could just be a fun one for us to continue to play. And if that does happen, maybe I'd want to stream it again on Friday. So we'll have to see about that. But then, as is typical, I will be streaming Astrobot Saturday morning and then Resident Evil the evening of Saturday. Might start a little bit early, but last week I did, play it a lot on Saturday. So maybe 3 hours is a good limit. I will be continuing in the sewers because I've kind of been slow to make progress, just being kind of careful around the dogs, Mr. X, stuff like that. And then Sunday, I'm just going to post clips, anything, left over from Saturday. I'll post those clips, post the new schedule, then just get ready for the week, which for me is just going over spreadsheets, planning on, levels that I might want to buy at. And then with that, I might put out a video like, Neo, like I did yesterday. But anyways, with all that being said, let's come back to here to get into the game. And then, I will at least be I will be taking 2 breaks to go over charts. Because I haven't done that yet today for myself, and I'd like to, and then I'd also be happy to take requests. So let me know in the chat. It should populate above me. And one thing I suppose that I should do is, let's see. I am just going to include a link to the posts page of the channel. Put that in the chat. So vote in polls. Vote in poll. Check the schedule. Oh, I keep missing the exclamation point. But yeah, so we should have this populating just above me here in a second. So vote and poll, check the schedule, and you can do that at youtube.com/@dgen_ed/posts. So make sure you do that. But yeah, enough of that intro. Let's get into the game. And from my notes, I'm going to turn the volume up for the gameplay, but needed it down a little bit for that intro. All right, and I'm going to have Ed step out of the way for this so he's not blocking anything. He was blocking some stuff on, I believe it was Astrobot. I'm not sure. It might have been something else, though. Please play in a well-written, yada, yada, yada. We get it, we get it. Got a little bit of an intro here. I'll try to skip through it as best I can. Look, all of crypto is flat. It's been very dull. No, I'm just kidding. It's because, they just reset. So it's kind of not that exciting to have the crypto charts there. But hopefully the other ones are useful. Hopefully they're exciting. But yeah, let's continue from Chyornyj Prud, which I believe means black pond or black lake, something like that. And that is in Russian. And I might just kind of search around, see if there are any items around here. I know that there are crocodiles in the water. Ooh. Okay, let's see. How do I change my weapons? There we go. Forgetting how to attack stuff. That seems like food full. Well, let's see. Go to my backpack. Okay, backpack. Oh, and I am going to want to adjust my backpack. I don't need all these weapons out. I just kind of took out some guys, used them. Definitely don't need the grenades. AK-47, maybe it's just handy to have. Actually, no, I don't need that. Stun grenades. They have bugs on them. So I think that means they've gone bad. I can probably discard them in the other page. Oh, yeah. They all have bugs on them. Maybe because I haven't played in like a week. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, let's go to food. All the stuff. Food history. They all have bugs. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of all this stuff. And let's see. Sort, obtained from oldest. Yeah, so all of my food is old. Let's see if I can dispose. Dispose. Gotta do a little bit of cleaning. So I will want to... Oh man, flying squirrel. I was looking forward to trying the flying squirrel. So I guess I should not be so frugal with eating this stuff. This is another one. Rabbit. I was looking forward to trying him. Yeah, dispose. 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 Okay, cool. Now let's get some of these snakes. Up. I need to equip my knife for that. Okay. There's a crocodile. Let's check out the map. Okay, so I just want to go across there, but I could probably go over that area on the left, check that out. And I should also adjust my camouflage since it is raining out. And I think I'm okay with the woodland, but I might do... Oh, wow. I was thinking zombie. I might do zombie. Zombie seems like a good look. Hopefully I don't get into any leeches. I don't think the crocodiles want anything to do with me. Hopefully not. Let's just check out this area. See what's over here. I know I got a leech on me, but there's no point. Ooh, yeah, grenades. Cool. Yes, I'll take this ammo. So let's get to here. Leech to take. Oh, yeah, and leeches are easy to take off. And I will need to eat some food to get my stamina back up. Making sure I got all that stuff. Yes, stamina is low. Coral snake. I don't think I've had one of these. A brightly colored snake, not eaten yet. Taste unknown. This looks actually pretty similar. Milk snake, a brightly colored snake, not eaten yet. Taste unknown. So let's try this guy first. See what he tastes like.
Pretty tasty.
Snake-like. And I'm just going to make sure that my camo is the best that it can be. Woodland would actually be better, so I'm going to ditch the zombie. And let's actually check out the map. Oh, a little nook around there. Okay, so I can go like different ways. Objective, Gakko, which I think is like the frog thing. Got a call.
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
Did you miss me?
did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
So you're back with Vulgan.
In a matter of speaking.
What about the boss?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
Thanks, I will. The boss and I get along pretty well, though. I guess we traders have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect? Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you talking about the boss?
Why do you do it? Weren't you born and raised in America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries, other cultures, other ways of thinking. Until I went to work for the NSA. Then one day, I'd found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
What did you see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
Not the actual universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment and by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie. The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie. That's part of my mission.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
All right, enough yapping. Let's get to playing, am I right? Let's just check out that map again. So, and maybe I could go on like the right side over there too. Objective. Why is my objective in those two different areas? So there's a Crocomagator down there. Huh. If I climb up this, get a little view. Alright, I am going to equip my binoculars. Ah, yeah, there's some more items over there. Cool. So what I'm going to have to do is drop down. This is kind of scary. Screwed this up. Stupid cure. How do I jump? I can't jump. I just want to climb up that, but I guess it's too steep. Oh, maybe I go all the way to the edge and then drop down. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. I kind of want to explore over there more. Pretty sure I got that guy already. Yep. Stupid leeches. That looks like a tripwire. I need some more food.
This is horrible.
Ah, milk snake. Not good. Good to know. Some Crocomagators over here, so you want to make sure not to mess around with them. I could also, let's see, let's equip that knife. Not gonna wanna trip that wire. Let's get back to here. He's not gonna like the taste of this, but
I'm gonna puke.
it's something.
I've had enough.
Like, let's just see the map. There are two options here. Kind of like the other option because it's not booby trapped, you know, and because there are like items over there that I missed out on, like right there. What is that? Okay, so how do I look at this? Go to scope. Zoom in. I don't know what that is. But, you know, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get to it. Stupid leeches. Just magically whipping out that cigar while I'm in the water. It's nice that the animals are docile. They're not like trying to attack me or trying to eat me or anything like that. There we go. See, I think if I do this and I go all the way to the end, then, you know, I can. So what I might want to do is actually eat my calorie, mate.
I want some more.
There you go. Cool. So let's climb up this. I'm going to go all the way to the edge. I just want to get the item up there. I feel like it's probably something good. So come over here. Okay, so that did not work how I was expecting it to. So maybe I just... Oh god, that crocodile almost got me. Dang leech. Nobody likes the leeches. Let's get out of here. So look at the map. Going that way. And maybe I can go right or something up here. Dang, how do I get over there? There were like tripwires and stuff before, so. You know, I am not satisfied. I wanted to get that item. Is it possible I get to it from the other way? I'll try it once more. I think if I like drop it and then press X again, maybe that's how I do it. Dang it. I don't know how to get to that. Maybe if I go over by the duck thing. Maybe I will check out some tips to see something about hanging. Press X when atop a tree branch or when in front of a rail to drop down and hang from it. Use L to move. Press to pull up and peek above. Hanging at drop and catch. If you let go while hanging, press X with proper timing to grab a cliff branch or other type of edge below you to break your fall. Okay, so that's how I get to it. So I just got to try that, see what that item is, and hopefully not get eaten by a crocomagator. So I just got to time it right. Hey, and what's up? I see that somebody's joined. I'm just trying to get this one item that I got to do kind of a little fancy maneuver hanging from a branch to get. Ooh, and I don't know that I got this item. I think it's full. No, that's good. Good that I came back here then. Keep going around. Let's just detach this final leech. Could have gotten a little cinematic view of shirtless snake taking out the leech, but meh. So let's go up here, climb this tree, and then I don't know if I can do it from a rope to the rope. try this out. Hopefully there's a Chyornyj right down below me. Dang it, dude. I don't want to have to drop on you. Oh man, that's scary. But yeah. I don't know if I can do it from that to the... Probably not worth it. I'm just not going to worry about it. I don't really care. Just going to like lose all my stamina here. Find some more snakes to eat. Or I could kill those Chyornyj. I'll try it one more time. It'll go to the branch rather than the rope. Stupid. Okay, I'm not getting any fights with those guys. I'm just gonna keep moving. I've tried. Oops. Wasting health and stamina. I might actually... I'm just gonna check something real quick. So I might actually... Don't see anybody joining. I might... Because I think that's the crocodile cap from what I understand. Let's see. What's the crocodile cap? I kind of want it. Maybe I just go all the way to the edge. don't know how to do that. That's annoying. Why does it have to be so difficult? He is looking beat up. So let's see, yeah, since nobody's watching me tips. I'm just gonna try this once more. I swear this is my last time. I just want to... Actually, I don't think I have enough stamina. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I just want to get the crocodile cat. Let me know in the chat if you want me to try to get the crocodile cat. And I can kill some crocodiles and eat them to get my stamina back up. And it's like that box over there. I'm just gonna continue on. And I'll have to get some more stuff to get my stamina back up. Alright, I can just hunch around, although I'm wondering actually if there are some mines around here. Do that. Crap, I pressed the wrong button. Backpack, let's go to items. Okay, don't need the fake death pill. Sonar is kind of a pain, so I'll do mine detector and thermal. I'm actually gonna check the crocodile cap thing here. All right, so I don't think that you guys can hear what I'm watching over here. Okay, so I'm going to try it again before I move forward. But I'm going to have to get some more stamina back up. I know what I'll do. Snake is tired. All my food got gross. So what I'm gonna do, be a little creative here. I'm gonna get back to my backpack, get to the grenades, equip that. Okay, cool. So I got grenades over there. I can load up on them. Can feast a little bit. Food, let's, ooh, I got some fish as well, cool. Let's see what these guys taste like. Wait, not eaten yet, so let's see what they taste like. I mean, with the tools that he has, he could just clean it up a little bit, you know. I don't get why he has to be so barbaric. Wasting all that too.
Not too bad.
Got so much of that, I'll eat a lot of it.
What can I say? Can't complain.
Cool, so I got all my stamina up. I can try to get this thing again. I was thinking I might have to switch to the first person. I think that's actually the secret to it. Like, how do I not do that, you know? I just want to get the crocodile cap. Gotta drop from a rope to get it. Stupid leeches, man. And I've got my grenades filled up after going fishing. Alright. I have problems. I just want to get this. That's not what I meant to do. Meant to hang. Why doesn't that work? This couldn't be more annoying. I just want to get the crocodile cap. I'm sure I'll use it later. Oh. I'm just gonna check. Let me see. I don't think you guys can hear stuff from... Yeah, nobody's really watching. I'm gonna try. Don't have to do it in first person. I think it was throwing me off. I just time it when my feet are there, I think. And I might actually eat some more. Get that stamina up even more.
Not too bad.
So I just gotta kind of line it up. Sick, I got it. Booyah. Croc cap, all right. Just do up. All right, now I'm moving on. What's the next area called? Bolshaya Past South. And I'm not sure if my camouflage could be better. Let's see, yeah, leaf. Seems good. Base. There we go. Oh, looks like there's a mine there. Looks like, is that an item? Nope, it's a mine. Let's make sure I get all the mines that are here. I can do like a little quick check, I think, with the thermal. It just went down that way, so I can go back around. And that's just another way to get here. What is up there? Prud, I guess. Put the compass back on. Let's head back this way. I think I got all the mines, so I don't have to worry about it, but... Yeah, so... Oh, I already found it saved when I went up ahead, so... Yeah, I just went a little killing spree before having some fun. Not sure that I can squeeze under that. Oh wait, no, that's how I did get through here. I squozed under that. there's a dog. All right, so before I go screwing up around that dog, I might just pause it. And then I'm going to look at some charts because it's just about on the hour and I got some digging to do. You know, I kind of want to look at what's going on. So let's take a little break and let's go over to the charts. Oh, you guys know I cheated. Oops. So yeah, over here, this is one that, you know, I'm pretty interested in. I actually have it in my notes from Friday that this was one of interest, but I decided not to go over it. I kind of made some videos on it recently. And yeah, but so this is ticker symbol ASST or Strive. You see net call premium went up by $1.6 million today. If we do look over the past 30 days, that stands out. Also with the stock price in yellow there kind of breaking out. So if we do look over at the chart over here, get my drawings back up there. Yeah, I mean, it's come down a lot, but yeah, I guess maybe let's get the volumes increasing as it's going higher. Yeah, so I mean, this could be the start of a breakout. Because, yeah, we got, let's see what's up there. This is on the daily, yeah. Yeah, got the top there, 156. So this one strikes me as really interesting. I do have a position, 200 shares, so nothing too crazy, but my average is around $1, so it's nice to like be in the green. I'd wanted to get more here. I just didn't have that much cash on the side and, you know, didn't want to be spreading myself too thin. But anyways, this is one that, let's see, I'm going to put in my notes that does stand out, ASST. And then we can actually look back on the channel too. Not over here. Over, yeah, I'll just do it like that. On the channel. Let's see, videos. Where is Strive? I'm pretty sure I went over Strive not too long ago. ASST. Maybe it was a little while ago. Strive, yeah, 116 views 2 weeks ago. I kind of doodled that there. Look at that, you're swinging. Oh, yes. That's from the Bronx Viking. So what am I looking at over here? Yep, so let's look at some more contracts. BKKT, this one also went up a good amount, but only like $400,000, so it's nothing too crazy. I believe I had also noted that one. Nope, actually I didn't. But yeah, I mean, that could keep going up. BMNR, this one, it's noisy, so I did buy the dip on this. I just have one share, but at 28 bucks, so, you know, feeling happy that it's up now. Cypher up by 1.3 million with net put premium down by 1.6. That was also, you know, another one that I had noted on Friday, so I'm just going to put it here as well. And then we can look at the chart for Cypher real quick just to see. Yeah, I mean, that does kind of look like it's breaking out. So I think we could draw a nice clean trend line there. I don't think I've actually done a video on Cypher mining. So yeah, this looks pretty good. And there might be a back test though, so I don't think there's any reason to chase. But yeah, I'm liking that one. GameStop, let's check that out. My local GameStop, they just announced their closing, so that's kind of disappointing. We do see net put premium coming down by $4.4 million. So that is notable if we look back over the past 30 days. Net put premiums come down a lot. Yeah. So that could be suggesting that a bottom is near for GameStop. So yeah, I think that GameStop is another one that I could add to this. And so let's, but I did do one kind of recently on GameStop. Other ones, Mara. Net put premium down by 1.6 million. It's nothing too crazy, but that's one. I mean, Mara never gets views though. That's one of the disappointing things. I kind of, the effort that I put into these streams and the videos, the clips, I want to make sure people are watching. This other one, MicroStrategy, up by 36.5 million in net call premium, down by about 30 million net put premium. Let's see how that looks over the past 30 days. That stands out. So MicroStrategy is one or I should say strategy is one as well. But let's check out the last video I did on strategy. So there's one over here 2 weeks ago, only 66 views. I think I did a follow-up. Yep, 82 views, not 100. I said bullish divergence and nobody cared. So yeah, I mean, that's one, unfortunately, I'm not going to follow up on. Mara, again, right here, it's, I'm interested in it, but it just doesn't get the views, only 46. That's too bad. Neo, I just did a video on that. I think it's going a little bit lower. 480 is where I said it was going. And let's just take a quick look. What was the low for the day for Neo? The low for the day was 485, so getting pretty close to that level I was talking about. Oh, another one that I want to go over, or I'm curious to go over. Let's see. Let's consider this alphabetically. Yeah, plug power, it's down there. Open door, up by 434. And let's actually, I did do a video on them not too long ago. Open door 105, so that does cross the threshold of 100 views. But, it's just not really that exciting, though. Plug power, it's usually a good performer. Net call premium is up by 133,000. But, yeah, I mean, stock price has gone up, but net call and put premium, not really going too crazy with it. So let's just come over here. Look at this. I mean, maybe that's something, but maybe it's also not. So let's keep looking. Let's keep plugging along. Rivian, nothing too crazy there. SBET, net put premium down a good amount. Snap, net call premium up nearly $1 million. To be honest, I feel like this one's gonna pull back some. Let's check out the chart. Let's see, Snapchat. Yeah, I mean, this, to be honest, looks like it's might be topping. Don't have really that much volume on the upside move there. And it's there. I do have a $10 strike call that expires next week. But to be honest, I kind of want to get out of my share position while I'm in the green because I don't know that it's going to break out just yet. But hey, here's a spoiler. Let's look at the last Snapchat video that I put out. I think, yep, over here. Only 26 views from 4 days ago to retrace. Yeah, I mean, like I provide information, and because it's not up only, people don't watch. I don't care. So Snapchat, I don't think it's very interesting. Unity, up about 1 million. Net call premium past 30 days. Maybe it's going somewhere, And then Amy's been a great performer as far as the stock goes, I believe. At least, having, bottomed and whatnot. And actually, iron, these are stonks. I can actually delete them, iron and Palantir, and put them over here. Oh, wait. That's, yeah, okay, yeah. Iron, PLTR. Put those on there. We can look, see what's going on with them. Iron, it did come down to, let's see, a low of $33.34. Yeah, this is kind of playing out a little bit how I've doodled it. Palantir, I don't know. But Amy, that's really what I wanted to look at. Here, yeah, I mean, look at that fake out break below moving average here. I think this could be getting ready for a big move. So this is one that I might personally want to add to. But yeah, let's look at the charts that stand out. So Strive, Cypher. I don't think I've ever done a video on Cypher and GameStop. So yeah, let's talk about Cypher. I think that seems like a good one. And yeah, I can delete some of this crap from before. I guess I'll just highlight that we had some, bearish divergence in the past. And now what do we see? We see higher low. It's about flat. Yeah, so all right, so let's get over to the Cypher chart over here. Ooh, this expires in 10 days. We might be able to find a contract that's a little bit more interesting. And let's see, it's around 18 right now. So let's look at some other contracts that might be of more interest. Cypher. Yeah, because that one's probably going to 0. So let's just search all of them. And something that's a little further dated out. 20 by March. That seems like it could be of interest. It's kind of expensive, though. June 12, June 21, June 25. Still expensive. March 25. It's not so bad. So maybe that's one to consider. It doesn't have that much volume. So let's look at other March contracts. March 20. It's kind of pricey though. 18, it's going to be even more pricey. June 20, it's going to be more pricey. And let's actually look at the, what could be a justification? It could be getting up to 30, I think. I think 30 is a reasonable level. 30 for March. Okay, so that one strikes me as interesting. Yeah, so we'll just look at those. What do we see today? We see some dumping of the $20 calls, some buying of the $25 calls, and a little bit of mix for the 30. Yeah, so let's get to that. All right. So now I know nobody's joining me live right now, but I am just going to record a little video here, and I might actually kind of evaluate what are those lines that I've drawn in the past. Let's just remove them to start. Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Cypher Mining, ticker symbol CIFR. And so I wanted to go over this on the evening of Monday, January 5th, as it does look like we're seeing a little bit of a breakout here after Cypher closed on Monday, January 5th. At a price of $18.16. Looks like it closed above that 50-day SMA at 1771. So things are looking pretty good here. And also, I mean, I'll draw it up here in a second, but you can kind of see that it does look like we've been putting in lower highs, and we've kind of broken out from that trend after having bounced from this purple line, which is going to be the 100-day simple moving average, or SMA. Very nice bounce there. It does look like we kind of formed this like triple bottom here or so, right around 13, 14 bucks. And we did hit a low, it looks like, on December 31st of 14.52, putting in higher lows here, finding that moving average as support and not yet testing the 200-day SMA down below, which is currently at 935. And so I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think that what we might be seeing is a breakout here. Maybe it continues up to maybe 20, 21. Maybe it gets up to around the highs over here, around 25. But then what I think would be nice is a back test, retest of these moving averages, establish not just the 100-day, but also the 20-day in light blue there, and the 50-day in darker blue as support before then continuing higher. So I think that looks really good. And so now I am going to pull up the drawings just so we can see some of the levels that do stand out to me. And so I did have a trend line like this up before. I just wanted to point this out, that we had higher highs in the stock price with lower highs in the RSI. And so that led to bearish divergence. And then we did see this pullback. It looks like we went from those highs down to a low of around nearly a 50% pullback. So pretty notable there. And actually, if we do extend this further, we do have, lower highs continuing here, but then we get into, this change over here where we have lower highs, but now it looks like we're starting to break out from that trend. So I think that looks really good. And since there is no divergence between the lower highs here and the lower highs here, there's no bearish divergence. And then if we do consider the bottoms, we can see that we are getting a trend of higher lows. That's looking good for me. A little pennant here, like a bull flag. And with that consolidation, this breakout here, maybe we do get a back test, which could be coming down to around 17, maybe 1650, something like that. But with this, trend here, the higher lows, what do we see down below here in the RSI? It actually looks like we've put in kind of, flat lows. There's like a weak bullish divergence there. And we are now potentially breaking out. So I think that does look good. But, I'm sure you're wondering, what are all these yellow lines here? What do they correspond with? They're just some levels that I had noticed in the past. So like 741, just like the highs over here, going back to July of 2024, and then consolidation over here in like November, December of 2024. So, I feel like worst case scenario, we could be coming down to like 750, but I really don't see that happening, especially with the 200-day, at, what did I say, $9.35, and us finding support at the 100-day bouncing there. I don't really think we're going that much lower, but that is just a level there to keep in mind. And then I do have these other three levels here, just kind of, this range here from these highs going back to around the time that Cypher IPO'd, and you can see those levels are around 12, 13, and $15. And it does look like we didn't test all of them, but on the pullback, we did get at least to that second level at 1323 when we hit a low on November 21st of 1309, piercing that level, but not getting down to that lower one at 1193. So I think it's good to not be greedy with these levels, not expect or hope for too much of a pullback, because you might get left behind. But yeah, let's actually now consider some options data, because that is really what drew my attention to this. And I actually have it in my notes from Friday that it was one, that stood out to me. But typically with these, Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin related, crypto related stocks, they haven't really been getting that many views lately, which in my view is actually like, a good bottoming signal. People are not interested. That's, the time to scoop things up before these big moves. And I guess I should note, since we have these two big green candles here, and after today, we went up 12.10% on the day. But if we do go from that 100-day simple moving average up to today's close, that's up about 25%. So a really nice move there. I think this looks great. And I think this looks kind of like a big cup here. Forming a handle could take a while to form, I'm not sure. But generally, this just looks really nice, especially if we, back test all those moving averages and test the top one as support, which looks like it's the 50-day SMA, again, at 17 to 71. But yeah, let's look over at some options data. So I just pulled up a few contracts that stand out to me as potentially being interesting, but contracts are very risky. You can lose money on them. I don't hold any contracts. I do hold some shares, but my position is pretty small. But yeah, I really just like to use options data to understand, if momentum is shifting in a stock, if bets are being made going from the short side to the long side. And I think that's actually what we're starting to see here with Cipher. If we look at the data over here, we can see that the stock price is in yellow there. It went up about, did I say 12% today? So a really nice day for the stock going up. And with that in green, we see net call premium going up. So that again looks really good. Went up by $1.3 million. So it's a good amount of money betting on Cipher going up, assuming that the net call premium is increasing because of buying. But then if we do look at the net put premium in red here, we actually see that dropping down quite notably here. And we ended up the day net put premium down by $1.6 million. So that does suggest selling of puts. And so seeing increase in net call premium suggests buying of calls going long, and selling of puts with that net put premium going down. That does suggest selling puts, which maybe it's not bullish, but it's like anti-bearish. If somebody made money on the downside holding puts, they're then selling them at the bottom. So, I think that this just looks really good. There's nearly a $3 million difference between the net put premium up to the net call premium. So that overall just looks really good. I might actually, I've got GameStop pulled up here, but I am going to pull up Cipher. And so I'll look over at the Greeks in a second. I just kind of wanted the overview, not the past 30 days. Let's slow down. Let's look at the past 1 day. And I really just wanted to see this data over here, the bear bull slider. It looks like majority for the day, only 51%, but the majority was on the bullish side. So that does seem good to me. Since I did have it up, let's look over at those Greeks so we can check out the max pain for at least the next couple weeks. So for this coming Friday, max pain on January 9th is $15.50. That is below where current price is. So maybe that pulls price down. Maybe the momentum that we have right now starts to cool off and we pull back. But if not by this Friday, maybe by January 16th, where max pain is $12 for the monthly contract expiration. And so that could most definitely be serving as a magnet. And then we get back into the, upper teens before, let's see, kind of flattening out. So maybe this could be setting up for, a pullback and retest of those moving averages that I was talking about, which could be, coming back to 17. Actually, no, let's see. The 100-day is around 15. So 1474 is where the 100-day is right now. So maybe in a week or two, we see a retest to 15, hold that as support, and then we take off. Or if we do go higher over the next few days, maybe things start to cool off. And if that is the case, could then be pulling back to retest that 50-day SMA, which is currently at 1771 or 18, which is around current price. So I think now could be a nice time to add, but I think that we could get some more dip buying opportunities. Or if price does go up, I think that waiting for a return to 18 or right around 18 could be a better opportunity than chasing. So that is something to consider there. And then just going back to the overview here, let's actually take a step back and look at the past 30 days so we can just see, has this trend really changed a lot? And actually, we do see net call premium dumping, it looks like. And so that was on January 2nd. That was on Friday. That's probably why it stood out to me. And so net call premium on Friday dropped by $6.3 million. So that is pretty surprising. That does suggest selling of calls, which is not bullish, but it could also correspond with buying of calls. And so that would then be bullish. So what we're going to do is I'm going to switch back to the daily here, but I am just going to rewind 1 day So we can see this big drop off in net call premium going from, at 12:02 p.m. net call premium was at 622,000, and then let's see, by 12:18, so that would have been over the span of like 16 minutes, net call premium was down by 5.5 million. So yeah, that's a pretty big drop there in a short amount of time. So what I'd like to do is I'm actually going to open up another tab. I apologize for the blinding white, and we can just go back to unusual whales. And then I am going to look up the flow feed for Cypher. And with that, my premium filter here, I think Ed is blocking it right here. Premium filter, I think that is to, let's see, $1 million. Now this is 100,000. Now that should be, oh, that's, let's see, that's 100,000 right there. And so I'm going to shrink that down to 10,000. And oh, the reason why, it's because I've got it filtered by date. So I'm just going to clear the time range. And so we do see some stuff from today, January 5th, but we actually want to look at the data from yesterday. And so I'm just going to filter that by 100,000. And on the second, we can see, all the data here. And right around, between 12:02, pretty much all these contracts are in that range. And we can see that a lot of it is the $20 strike call that expires in January of 2028. So that's, not expiring next January, but the January after that, 745 days between now and expiration. And so we can look at these, and this buy or sell looks like, it looks like it's a sell because it says bearish over there. But that does show that it was, the order was filled at 12:10. If we do look at that specific contract, we can actually see that from January 2nd, there was a volume of, I'm going to have Ed step out of the way. Sorry, buddy. You're blocking the view, though. So January 2nd, there was a volume of 11.5 thousand contracts traded when open interest at that time was only 2.2 thousand. And so that stood out. Volume exceeded open interest. And was that buying or selling? What we see is that open interest increased by about 10.5 thousand contracts into today. And so that does suggest that that was buying leaps that expire 2 years from now. And that strike is $20, which is above current price. So that's good. Long term, though, not short term. This is bullish. Yeah, we do see that open interest increased from 2.2 thousand to 12.8 thousand open interest. So that looks really good. That looks exceptional. I'm excited about it. But then let's also come back over here to look at the puts that we saw this little drop in. Not super exciting, but it is something. And so that was for today, January 5th at around 10:20 in the morning. So let's come back over here, 10:20 in the morning, right around here. But this would be puts. So I might just decrease that premium minimum. And let's see, what did I say? 10:20. Scroll back in time to see around 10:20, if we get it all here. So this looks like, a lot of puts. Let's see, what was the premium on those? So I could probably go, let's say 30,000 minimum. So let's just do that. Filters out some of the noise, not all of it, but some of it. And I am, going to pull this up again just to check and make sure. That was, around 10:20, a little bit after. So just scrolling back in time. Around 10:20, around 10:22, got those exclamation points, which correspond with daily volume on chain is higher than current open interest. So that is of interest. And some of these that have the, let's see, this is a call, $120,000 in premium. But let's see, some of these that stand out, 77,000. That is the $25 put that expires June of this year. So let's look at that one. And yeah, I mean, these, to be honest, they're not really so exceptional. This drop that we saw in put premium is not as crazy as the drop that we saw in call premium. So I would say I'm not going to dive any deeper into this. I was just curious about this, thinking that it looked bearish, thinking that it looked like the selling of calls with that drop. But as we found out, maybe I actually want to pull up that contract. And so I am just going to bring this back up to, let's see, the second. And that was the $20 strike call that expires over here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add this one to my watch list because, you know, it's so interesting that we saw the increase 10.58 thousand, 10.5 thousand contracts increase in open interest from 2.2 thousand. Going to 12.8. So that's very interesting. So yeah, I'm going to add that to my watch list, and I'm going to do that to bookmarks because that's where I keep them stored. And so that's interesting. And then, yeah, looking over here, we've already gone over that. So let's come back to this list. I'm just going to refresh it so it does now have that on the list. We've got these 3 contracts, though. You know, this is the one that we were just talking about, the $20 strike call that expires in January of 2028. But I was looking at some that, you know, the premium's not insane. Like for this one, the low was $8, which translates to $800 because each contract represents 100 shares. That's 8 times 100 shares equals $800. Kind of expensive for one contract, at least for me. So I was looking at some of these other ones, like the $20 strike call that expires in March. This has, you know, a low today of 2.25 or $2.25. That's $225 per contract. But we actually saw some selling of this one the past few days. So maybe that's not so great. One that actually looks a little bit more interesting is the $25 strike call that expires in March, 73 days between now and expiration. We did see some increases the past few days and really generally over like the past week. Net increase in open interest from around 12,000 to over 13,000. And, you know, the low premium for today, actually in the past couple of days, it was, you know, around 50 bucks per contract. So that's exciting. But today the low was $1.24 or, you know, $124. And then the other contract that I have here, which to be honest, I'm not really that interested in because we do see the decreasing open interest there. But this is the $30 strike call that also expires in March. And the low in that premium for today was 71 cents or $71. So maybe that's of interest. But yeah, generally, I think that, you know, the sentiment is that long term over the next couple of years, Cypher is probably going to be above 20, at least at some point. And so I'll try to monitor this contract to see what's going on with it. And to be honest, I'm actually going to remove the 2 other contracts. So I'll just be looking at that $25 strike call expires in March because maybe I'm interested in that personally. Maybe not, though. I'm fine with shares. And then also to keep an eye on that $20 strike call that expires in January of 2028. So something interesting to keep in mind there. But yeah, generally, I think this looks really good. I'm excited about it. I think, you know, 2026 might be the year for some of our favorite stocks. So very excited about it. But yeah, with all that being said, as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more clips like this from gameplay streams. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. All right. And so now I'm going to get back to the game. I'm going to put some dogs to sleep, I think is, you know, kind of what's going to happen next. I might actually drink some water too. Before we get going on with that. And so, I mean, what I'm going to want to do probably is take out that dog. Is my camo good? This is like the best camo, to be honest. Looks like I'm going down this way. Maybe I do want to explore back there. Oh, well, I can. I go forward, you know. I can loop around. Just gonna make sure there are no Just want to check my camo. Uniform splitter. Okay. So let's check out my stuff. Splitter. This stuff is the best too. But actually tiger stripe is even better. So I want to go back, eat some food. My stamina is kind of low.
Hey, this works. Pretty tasty.
Ooh, there's a little green guy there. I'm gonna take that guard out. There are two of them.
Just my imagination.
So you're gonna fall asleep.
What's wrong?
Yeah, it looks much better. Yeah. But it's kind of like slow pace because it's just like sneaking around, you know? And no other guys saw. Pretty sure there are dogs and stuff. Hopefully I don't get spotted. Where is he? There, he's up there. Let's get the binoculars. Okay, I'm just gonna check my camo. I got some Z's, so they're chilling. Can go around now. I'm just gonna check my camo again. She goes the scientist. Okay, so let's see where I'm at here. Okay, so basically just want to go straight through there, which I can do, no problem. I just don't know if I'm missing out on some supplies or anything, but whatever. Yeah, I get kind of caught up in trying to play stuff perfectly. And I don't need to do that. I should check my camo again, just make sure. Yeah, that's good. Don't stop walking, buddy. Okay, well, I think I'm ready to just go. gonna make sure this is change the environment a little bit. So Lectarn, that's the best stuff. I'm not a hunter or anything, but I think this is like pretty common for hunters. Oh yeah, and Bruce, sorry, still the same gameplay as the rest. Can't rush it. Yeah, they did adjust the controls a little bit to make it like a little bit more for the modern style, I guess, or like the kind of like not necessarily first-person shooter, but like the I think that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's like, how am I just like standing up here with a guy there? So let's make sure my camo's okay. Tiger stripe and face. Okay, let's figure out where I want to go. I need to get across this place. I think if I go through it, this might actually be a good time for me to save because I can just kind of like F around in there. And yeah, because I think going through, I'll probably get like some good items. Whereas if I go around, it's easier, but not as exciting. See, I'm going to save.
You want to save? Hold on a sec.
And also, if you are curious, I did just go over Cypher kind of extensively, going over some of the options data and stuff like that. So, save data 1. Let's see. Just thinking. I guess I'll go here. Why not?
Snake, have you ever seen On the Beach?
I'm gonna skip this
No.
because it's like, who cares? But yeah, Cypher I think looks pretty interesting. There's some like drop and net call premium didn't look so good, but then I realized through the video that the analysis I was doing that it looks like it's buying of calls. Let's just make sure that camo's good. Leaf gun, Flectarn, man, Flectarn's the best. Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm not a fisherman or anything, but I feel like if you like fishing, you'd like this game, you know, because it's just kind of relaxing, enjoying the scenery, all that. A little bit riskier. Gotta make sure my camo's good. Yep. I might actually, I might look this up. Like, where am I at in this game? What's the area called? It's actually, curious what this, I wish I would have noted it, because then I could look it up. Yeah, there's a guy over there. Hopefully he doesn't see me. I've just got to not move. And hope he doesn't see me. There we go. I could blow up those barrels, take him out, but then I'd like be at war. And I kind of want to sneak. Ooh. gonna do. That guy's just going on a little loop there. Because if I just got down into that dugout thing, I could. It'd be better for me to go from over there. I could take him out. I might look up how to do this. So stalking, hold L1 while moving towards a guy. And then while equipped with a certain weapon, press against the outside wall. Then press L2 to jump. Okay. Cool. Press R2 to strike. I don't want to strike. Well, I guess maybe I do. See. I don't want to throw. Throw them in the direction. If you quickly pull a gun on them, you can hold them up. Okay. I don't want to slit throat. Grab, approach an enemy wall. You will continue to grab the enemy for as long as you hold R2. From this position, you can transition into various actions. Okay, so maybe I want to do that. All right, I'm just going to make sure I read that right. Because I don't want to slit throat. Press X after grabbing hold of an enemy. Or just hold R2. So I can like go over here. I want to see if there are any other guys that could see it happen, but I'm just going to chill here. Yeah, so he gets pretty close to me. Just gotta make sure the camo's good. Best that it can be. Might screw this up. Camouflage. Tree bark black is the best stone here, apparently. Oh, bull. I thought this went around the whole area. Okay, go over there. There's a fence there. Oh, that's the opening, so I gotta get to there. So I don't think that guy does too much over there. Just chilling over there. The guy woke up that I knocked him.
What's wrong?
HQ, respond!
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We're under enemy fire. Enemy's position is unknown. Going into alert formation.
God damn it.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
Hopefully I can just chill here. I imagine I can't. I imagine I won't be able to, so I will be ready.
Patrol here. Unable to locate the problem.
Understood. Return to your position.
Cool. That without having to use a weapon. Actually, come back here. He's got his back towards me, so I could, you know, maybe sneak up on him. All right. So I did that okay. I did create an alert, but oh, okay, a little animation here. It's nice. A little cinematic.
Ah, you're here at last. Looks like the boss's info was right. Twice now you've made me taste bitter defeat.
I hope I don't have to get into a fight.
I hate to disappoint the Cobras,
I snuck by those guys.
but you're mine now. All of you, leave us. It's just you and me. No one to get in our way. Ocelots are proud creatures. They prefer to hunt alone.
You should just shoot him right now.
Shots. This time I've got 12 shots. Okay. Draw!
I just want to throw a grenade at him. That would be funny. I wonder, can I don't want to use the suppressor, so I guess I should probably keep that equipped.
Different from simply changing a clip.
It's like he's losing his virginity. And I'm gonna take it from him.
Time is exhilarating.
Took some hits, but I got him.
Damn it. He found us.
The beam man.
You were lucky. We'll meet again.
Caves. I got 82 shots left of my AK. Well, I might actually save it after that.
Saving the game, Snake?
Actually,
Take care, Snake.
I will.
I'm gonna heal myself first. I probably have to heal myself. I guess not. I'm fine. Cool. I might eat some food though.
Pretty tasty.
Much tasty. And the backpack. I don't need that, or the grenade, or magazine. Spent ammo magazines. I don't need that. Okay, cool. So, and what's my camouflage? Probably black is the best right now. And I'm okay with woodland. Let's just look at mask though. I think it's supposed to be riding. Got the zombie mask. I just got the snow mask, or snow paint. Okay, let's do woodland. And so now, here we go. And I will save it now.
You want to save?
Yep,
Hold on
I
a
do.
sec.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep saving in new slots, because might as well.
Snake, have you seen 007 from Russia with
Oh my
Love?
gosh, nobody cares. All right, cool. And since it's 20 minutes past the hour, if you're here for analysis, let me know in the chat. I'm going to take a break, go over a chart. If you're here for the gameplay, let me know, and I can skip the analysis and keep playing. So just let me know. But yeah, I'm just in this kind of dark area. If we actually look at the map, that might be a good thing to do. Yeah. But yeah, and maybe it'd be good to just look at some of the tickers down in the ticker tape. I don't know if there's something that stands out. But some of the ones that I was talking about, I just did a clip earlier on Cypher. I'll be releasing that video tomorrow. That's Cypher Mining, ticker symbol CIFR. And I was thinking about doing Strive, but those videos haven't necessarily performed that well. But maybe that would be something worthwhile to go over. But yeah, let me know. I can see the chat over here to my right. And I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, let's look at some of the other tickers that are over here that I don't pay too close attention to, but are maybe of interest. Let's see. Actually, no, I kind of looked at Poe. Poe was requested recently, but I went over a different one instead. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles down, bottoming and bouncing. Lower, high, lower, high. Not much volume behind that move, so maybe it's going to be short-lived is kind of what I would guess. But yeah, let's see. The other one that stood out was Strive, and I'm actually going to pull up, just out of curiosity, the last time I went over Strive was, where was it? Strive over here. That was 2 weeks ago, and it's got 116 views. Would be nice to have more, but maybe it's just because we're waiting for the big moves that we're seeing here. So, yep, here's the chart. Got my drawings up there. Nothing too crazy, but I think that there's some interesting stuff for us to go over there. And let's look at the contract. So I just have the $2 strike call that expires in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now. This is one that I unfortunately do hold. Looks like a bunch of people were selling today. I actually don't think I can sell this one unless it's at 5 cents. So I hope that it goes up higher, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. Lose some money on it, no big deal. Move on with life. So I'm just going to pull up the ticker over here so we can look up. So this is just kind of like prep before doing like the video. Yeah, we can see net call premium went up by 1.6 million today. There's another one that GameStop seemed kind of interesting, but I recently did a GameStop video, and that, maybe I should point that out before diving into this. It did go a little bit lower than I was thinking, but still, it's a higher low. So the thesis still stands, and yeah, so I'm not too concerned about that. So yeah, I'm gonna do Strive. And so with this, let's just look over at this to see over the past 30 days, something's changed. This is looking interesting, because this was preemptive, a little too early, jumped the gun, and now we're starting to see lots of call premium going up here, about 500,000, follow through, stock price going up more. So I think that looks good. If we look at the Greek, so we can see the max pain, it's $1. Currently we're above that. So if we can, get to moving above 1, I think that would look good. But yeah, and I guess maybe you look at insider transactions, purchase, mid-December. That was a little while ago, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, so I'm just going to record a quick little video on this that I will release tomorrow as a clip. And I should note too, Amy, I'll follow along with the cursor. That is one I'm very excited about. Also, Lithium Americas. Maybe that's another one that I'm going to put them in my notepad. But I don't think that the options data was that exciting. But generally, just like rare earths, lithium, I think that's a really interesting play. And also they've had some big moves in the past, so I think that's another. Oh yeah, what I wanted to do here. Let's just look up ASST and see what contracts had a lot of volume. And so actually this one is interesting. $1.50 March. That seems, I can actually just search that live. That seems very interesting. And also $1.50 for October. So maybe those are two that'll pull up. We can look at them. And also maybe $1.50 here. We've seen open interest change. More so in the June and March one. But, more so the June. So actually, by changing open interest, that one looks most interesting. But we've seen these, higher volumes. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in the video. So that should be a nice, little interesting discovery. So yeah. Hey, Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Strive, ticker symbol ASST or AST. And yeah, so I wanted to follow up on this one because, it hasn't necessarily played out as I had doodled here. But if I do move that over to the right a little bit, maybe we're starting to see the beginning of that breakout and move up to $1.56. And actually, $1.50 is going to be an interesting one for us to discuss regarding options. So I look forward to diving into that with you guys. But before I get into it, did want to note that it is Monday, January 5th, taking a break from Metal Gear Solid Delta to go over Strive with you guys. Make sure you tune in to ticker requests, or I should say, make sure you tune in to gameplay so you can put in a ticker request. And I'll go over a stock that sounds interesting to you, streaming most evenings for 3 hours. A lot of fun there. But anyways, getting back to the chart, what we see here on Monday the 5th, going up 19%, pretty massive. And then also on Friday, January 2nd, went up 17%, but did bump into that light blue line, which is the 20-day SMA that has acted as resistance. We have been trading below that level for quite some time. We bumped up to it on Friday, couldn't quite close above it, closing on Friday last week on January 2nd, first trading day of the year, closed at 86.46 cents. Then we gapped up, still have a gap down there to fill. Maybe not though, maybe we leave it behind, but I am just going to note that level. That is 86.46, so going to lock that in place, and I'm just going to adjust it to the fraction of a penny there. So we see the exact level there. Clearly, there's a gap that's been left behind there. So maybe that's a nice dip buying level if we do pull back, retest these levels as support. But maybe not. Maybe we keep up the momentum. And as you notice down here, volume has picked up a little bit, but it's really not that much. So if we do see a pullback, kind of like how I have illustrated over here, maybe it ends up being something like that, where we pull back to fill that gap and then, struggle to get above 150, but then eventually make our breakout. But it also could, just be something like that, where we do move up and then maybe pull back to retest that darker blue line, which is the 50-day SMA, and that is at, let's see, $1.07. $1.10, somewhere around there. Yeah, let's I'm actually going to delete that doodle because who knows what's going to happen. But I do think that we are currently below that 50-day SMA, 107. So it will be very interesting to see if we can close above, as we did close below today on January 5th at 103. So do keep that in mind. But if you do look at the chart, it does look like, it's not just the moving average here. I mean, really, it's all of the moving averages that we've been trading below. But we can draw a little bit of a trend line to suggest that, we've broken out. So I think that looks really good. That's going back to the approximate highs from October 6th. Then we did go up to that trend line on November 10th. Got rejected, kind of formed this double top here when we filled that gap, which was at 156. That was the close on October 10th, closed at 156. Double top at that gap fill, rejected, pulling back below the 20-day SMA, below that trend line. And now we have gapped above it. I wouldn't be too surprised if we do pull back 186, maybe 187, maybe not 186, 86, 87. No one. We are sub $1. So maybe that does act as support, but maybe not quite. Maybe we just pull back to like 90 cents. So do keep that in mind. And actually the high from January 2nd was at 88.57 cents. So yeah, pretty close to 90 cents. So maybe that's a good level to consider. If we do, let's see, I'm just going to very casually doodle it. Maybe we do something like that, retest, and then breakout, something like that. So I think this looks really, really good. I'm excited about it. Other levels that we might be paying attention to the upside, it's going to be 156 or 150, of course. And we do have the 100-day SMA, the purple line there, that is at 245 or right around 250. And then the 200-day SMA is at 319, but I think $3, that's probably going to be an important level. And, let's not just consider the moving averages. Let's draw a little horizontal line over here, just based on like the lows right around the end of September. It's around 230, getting close to like 250, somewhere around there. So yeah, I mean, I think that those are all pretty reasonable levels to be paying attention to, whether that's to trim, whether that's to just not chase, to add more aggressively if we get up to them, wait for a pullback. And so right now, I mean, around 1, I think that's probably a lot cheaper than it's going to be as far as I understand what's going on with the company, Mike Alfred's, thesis on it and stuff. If you have conviction in him, then I think that this is probably going to go a lot higher. If you don't, maybe you think he's a clown, then I think that he's a really smart guy. So I put a lot of weight in his conviction. I just recognize it might be some time. But anyways, let's look at some options data, because I think that kind of gives us a little bit of a time window. And a mistake that I had previously made was I got, pretty small position, but $2 strike calls that expire in 10 days on January 16th. Kind of a dud. It does look like we're seeing some selling of those contracts, which is not surprising. The low today was 1 cent, the high was 3 cents, and at least for me in my exchange, I can only sell at 5-cent increments. So I wasn't able to trim it all today or to exit my position. But if it does go up to 5 cents, I am GTFOing. Yeah, there are some other contracts that we will look at in a second. I think that this one's a really bad idea. I think it's a total gamble, probably lose your money on it. But I did want to talk about the net call and put premium over here. We do see that stock price in yellow going up, looking super nice, going up. What did I say? 17% today? Is that what happened? 19%. So yeah, pretty remarkable. And with that, we also see the net call premium in green going up, went up by 1.6 million. So that's something that really stands out to me. Not only the percentage moves the past couple of days, but also the net call premium increasing by more than $1.5 million. Net put premium more or less flat, up by $79,000. So that's really nothing for today. But then rather than diving into this a little bit deeper in this frame, I'm just going to expand it over here. So that's the 30-day. This is the 1 day we were just looking at with that net call premium going up by $1.6 million. And so let's just expand this to the past 30 days, how I just had it up. What we can see is the stock price in yellow kind of topped around here, double toppy or whatever, pulled back, consolidated. And then now, maybe at the end of the year, at the start of the new year, it looks like Strive ASST starting to bottom and now moving higher. We have seen some things similar, like the call premium going up, the net call premium going up over there. However, over here, we saw net call premium going up by $929,000, nearly $1 million. But that was a little premature. The stock price went up, fake out, and then it pulled back. So those were duds. We did see some wiggles over here. Hey, the topping, selling of calls, net call premium coming down by over $600,000. And we did see a top there. But now it looks like stock is going higher. The stock price in yellow is going up. Net call premium is going up multiple days in a row. We saw it up on January 2nd, first trading day of the year, up by over $500,000, up by $560,000. And then today on January 5th, we saw net call premium, like I said, increase by $1.6 million. So looking really good. And also we can see here the bear bull slider. We see the majority, 61% on the bullish side. So it looks like Strive is bottoming or has bottomed. Maybe we need a back test, a retest of, what was I saying, 90 cents, maybe 80 cents, somewhere around there. And so I think that would be a really great dip buying opportunity. But maybe that doesn't happen, or maybe it takes a couple weeks to happen. I think that around $1, I think it'll probably be higher than that in the future. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. It's all about time frame. It's all about that kind of perspective. And speaking of $1, let's look over at the Max Payne here. So at the Greeks here in Unusual Whales, just going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it better. So this coming Friday, January 9th, Max Payne's $1. next week for the 16th. It's a monthly contracts, also $1. And so, a lot of these contracts, max paying is $1. But then very interesting, the end of January on the 30th, we see a max paying of 50 cents. And so what I could see happening is maybe, stock price goes up a little bit more. Maybe it squeezes up above 1. And then this max paying 50 cents kind of serves as a magnet or a weight, pulling that price down a little bit. I guess that'd be more like a magnet, pulling it down. But then as that happens, then maybe the stock price is like a magnet, pulling max paying up. But once we do, maybe put it in an arc, do that back test around 90 or 80 cents, like I'm talking about, then maybe we'd be much higher than, 50 cents, 80 cents, a lot higher. And then maybe we could start to ramp up more, gamma squeeze. I don't know. So maybe the next 1 to 2 months, I think that this could be looking really good. But I did want to go over some specific contracts here that are new to me. I don't hold any of them. But I think that they're going to be a little bit more interesting than a $2 deep out of the money call that expires in 10 days. You're going to lose money on that one, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just going to type up here ASST just to look at some of them, do the magnifying glass so we can search. And I just, this is sorted by highest volume. We're just going to look at some of those. And so one of them is the $1.50 call. Pretty much all the ones here, 3 that we're going to look at. The $1.50 call that expires in March, so 3 months between now and expiration. That's kind of appealing. Actually, it's a little bit more than 2 months because we're already into January by now, and that's not the end of March. So a little over 2 months between now and expiration. Volume today was 70,000 contracts, and the open interest from Friday into today had increased by 420 contracts. Maybe that's a good omen, 420. Maybe it's just me being stupid, but I think that's an interesting contract, so I'm going to add it to my watch list. We also do have this other one. There's, $1.50 right here, but that expires next week, so 10 days, too risky. We have this other one, though, third highest in volume for the day, another $1.50 strike. That's for October 16th of this year, 283 days between now and expiration, so a little bit safer of a bet. Open interest on that one, 470, nearly 71,000. So that's a lot of open interest, longer term bets on Strive being above $1.50. So I think that one's intriguing. We didn't see as much volume, less than half as what we saw with the March call, but we see, nearly 4 times as much open interest. So that is one that is of interest to me. And also to note too, like the lows for these contracts, the one that expires in March, the low is 8 cents or $8 per contract because each contract represents 100 shares. We also have the October one, low is 23 cents or $23 per contract. And the other one that is also interesting is the $1.50 call that expires in June. And we can see that had a volume today of 18,000 contracts, an open interest of 140,000, so more than the one that expires in March. This would be a quarterly contract. I believe the October one, that would actually not be a quarterly contract, so that's interesting. September, I believe, would be the quarterly, but maybe that's different for Strive. I'm not sure. June, that's definitely quarterly, biannual, so that's it, a big contract. Expires in 163 days. Volume 18,000, open interest 140,000, and an increase of 4,000 contracts from Friday into Monday, which is much more than what we saw with the other 2 contracts. The October one, only 4, and like I said, 420 for the March one. So yeah, this is also a very interesting contract. So let's just look at those real quick to kind of close out this video. And so what we can see, I'm just looking at the data down here. We have generally seen, net increases, but we have seen some selling of the $1.50 strike call that expires in March. But generally, we see open interest, net selling from December 26th above 117, but 117.4. Now we're at 117.3. Did see a volume today, though, of 70,000, so it will be interesting to check up on this tomorrow. Let me know in tomorrow's stream. I think I'm going to be playing Star Wars, so let me know in that one if you want me to follow up on this. But yeah, this one does strike me as interesting, and it's, $8, $12 is the high. for getting one of these contracts. So maybe that's of interest. I don't hold it, don't plan on buying it, but just want to point it out. The June one, look at this. We've seen some pretty big buys there. This one strikes me as pretty interesting. The lows on Friday was 12 cents or $12 per contract. I'm going to use that interchangeably. It depends on, where my brain is when I say the number. But then for today, January 5th, the low is 16. And so, yeah, increase 4,000, 4,000. This one's looking pretty good. I'm intrigued by it. And it's not super out of the money. Could be leading to a gamma squeeze if we're getting above those max pains of $1.50. So, yeah, I mean, that looks interesting. And this other one, the October expiration, looks like we have seen some pretty big buys in this. So it was at, let's see, 459.5 thousand on December 26th. And now it's at, let's see, 470, almost 70.1 thousand contracts. So it's increased by more than 10,000. That is pretty interesting. I like it. And actually, if we go back one more day, it was at like 449. Now it's at 470. So increasing by 20,000, that's exciting. Yeah, but the low, $23. You buy a little bit more safety with a further out contract, but it's going to be less volatile. But yeah, the June one here, I forgot to mention this, 132,000 on the 26th, and then that is now at 140.5 thousand. So very, very interesting there. All I have to say is I like it. I wish I had more shares, but at the same time, I'm managing risk. If it does pull back to 90, 80, somewhere around there, that might be a nice level to add at. But maybe it would also be interesting to maybe explore some of these contracts. And for me personally, I'm probably more interested in the June expiration, but I've also gotten too many contracts too early, like I did with the $2 strike that expires next week. I'm going to lose money on that. A lot of these contracts go to zero, so you got to be disciplined, take profits, not hold them too long, and not hold too many contracts because they can all go to zero. But anyways, breaking out, we get that retest. I think that's going to be a great opportunity. If we don't get that retest, I think it's great right now. But anyways, with all that being said, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this, clips from video gameplay streams. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know why I always say video game play streams. Probably just because grew up with a Nintendo and analog and all of that. So video game play streams. But yeah, there was kind of that annoying beeping. It's not as good as the birds chirping in the background. But I do have 2 clips that I'll be putting out tomorrow. So this stream was successful in that sense, even though I didn't get any ticker requests. But that is all right. But yeah, let's explore the cave a little bit. And I might actually, I don't know, equip my cigar. Oh. Maybe that's not a good idea. Because my health is going crazy, And maybe, it's possible I do have infrared. Maybe I have... I want items. Bug juice, what's that? Thermal goggles. I don't know if I think they'll be helpful down here. No, it's like I'm a predator, So yeah. So I think, I want to go this way, I believe. Let's just look at that map again. Yeah. Here's some sand. Okay, there's a little path there. That's good to know. And maybe I'll go backwards. just to kind of, oops, highlight the other path. Oops, no, not that way. Basically to my left. Yeah. Be funny if I just like fell off a cliff or something. Okay, now to my left again. More left. Ah, push the wrong button. And actually, I think if I push... I wish I could just go directly to the map, but yeah, okay, so basically over here, just kind of finesse a little bit to the left there. More to the left. Okay, look at that big area. So I might just try to map this out. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, light. Cool. And maybe we can go there and kind of see how all this connects. Whoa, okay, cool. I've got something up there. I'm gonna have to check out with my scope. Look at that guy. Okay, and so I'm gonna undo that. Don't need to waste my suppressors. MK, why don't I have my... Oh, it's because it's in the battle, that's why. So I'm gonna go back here. Go to the backpack, my weapons. I guess I should equip this. Also equip that. And my MK2, I've used up a good amount of suppressor. All right. Ooh, glowing mushrooms. I am down. I'll try to eat those. Ooh, and crab. Let's go. Just gonna check out the map, though. I mean, that's where I want to go. So there's some more stuff for me to explore first. Oh, wait, no, that's the Gakko. What a frog thing. So, man, I've got some plants in my room. And I watered them yesterday. And I think I activated some gnats or something. Torch. This'll be useful. Oh yeah, let's kill some of those guys. Booyah, crab meat. Oh. More crab meat. Alright, let's actually see how that crab tastes. I'm curious. Oh, and I want to go to food. Chyornyj mangrove crab. Let's try him out.
Hey, this works.
I also got some crocodiles. And yeah, and I've learned that food will go bad if I don't play for like a week. Food will go bad in that time, so. But yeah, let's see. I get these glowing mushrooms. That's cool. Are mushrooms. Okay, and so what's over there that I'm looking at? Back to that area. Cool. And so I don't want to use the torch just yet. Just trying to like get this map area covered well. I actually go back. Ooh, what's this? Oh man, I keep pushing circle. Oh, look at what I have uncovered. So that's interesting. I do think I want to go back though to get to that other area. And, you know, I can just light up the torch for that. Now, let's see. Oh, okay, let's get these crabs. Gotta get the crabs. Yeah, I wonder, it looks like it's flat behind me. Can't go back there, so I tried. That's the most important thing. I'm looking back where I came from. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go straight that way. And actually, I should equip the torch. Maybe I'll put away my AK. I don't need that. So I want to make sure. A torch made from white birch soaked in turpentine. Press R2 to swing, or press twice to swing repeatedly, light or extinguish it with. Ooh. Check out those bad boys. Let's go crabbing. Okay, I'm full of food. I killed a couple too many crabs. I feel bad about it. Yeah, let's get that torch back. And let's just check out the map. Again, where am I? Okay, so I want to just go basically to my right. Did I? Well, I guess I can't. I thought that I'd be able to reuse it. torch. A torch made from white birch soaked in turpentine. It can be used to light up dark areas, can also be swung. There we go. Okay, square is to ignite, or... Wait a second, I'm just going to read this. What's it say? Light or extinguish. Cool. And I've got all the crabs that I can eat. So I'm just going down here and then to the right. Ooh, there's a snake. I might want the snake just because it's different than only crabs, you know? Gotta mix up my diet. I killed too many crabs. I kind of feel bad. Look at all those crabs I killed. Whatever. I'll do some of the first ones. I'll discard them. So... It's okay, Snake. I'm friendly. My name's Snake, even. Ooh, psych. What kind of snake is that? Okay, cool. And so now I'm going to get back, bring my torch back. Scout out this area over here. Oh, cool. I'm not even like down that passageway. So I want to go forward a little bit and to my right. Not here. Nope. Okay, so now to my left. Follow this wall. I think I'm back. Yep, I'm back. So just turn around, follow the wall. There we go. Put my torch away. And just so you know, it is on the hour. The stream will be 3 minutes and a couple minutes, so I am gonna be pausing this, saving, and then setting it down for next week. Yeah, just kind of curious to explore the caves. Ooh, I can dive under there. That's cool. My food's full, apparently. Hey, look at that. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm actually going to be heading to, I'm turning in. I've been streaming for 3 hours. Thanks for the demand, but no thank you. Let's see. Alright, so hopefully I can save from here. And this is where I will start out next week.
You want to save? Hold on a
Yeah.
sec. Snake, have you heard of the last war?
Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
And I
It's a
don't
Japanese
care.
movie.
Alright, so let's see. That is it. And Jeff, just so you know, I did go over cipher mining and Strive or ASST. I'll have those out tomorrow as clips. But if you want to see them tonight, you can fast forward or rewind. I did Cypher right around an hour and also kind of explored some other charts before I went into that, so that might be a nice overview. And then about 2 hours and 20 minutes in, I went over Strive, diving into options data with all of those. So that should be useful if you're interested in those. If not, make sure you join tomorrow night's stream a little earlier, put in a request, and I'm happy to go over it. But also make sure you're nice and polite when you ask for stuff, because you know, I'm not demanding super chats or anything, but you can give them if you want to. And I'm happy to go over stuff for free as long as people are respectful. But yeah, that is it for tonight's stream. And so I'll have those clips out tomorrow, probably in the morning. I'm going to schedule them tonight. And then tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., I'll be playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor and taking requests, taking 2 breaks during the 3 hours, go over charts, and I'll release those clips the following day. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining the 10, it looks like, that stopped by. And